In the development process for this recipe, really the hardest part was making sure that the cookies would bake up soft enough and the icing would turn out sturdy enough so that when you bit into the cookie, the icing didn't just go smushing out anywhere. Where we landed is the perfect soft and chewy chocolate chip cookie with the most creamy, velvety buttercream frosting. This cookie is an ideal match made in heaven. In a medium-sized mixing bowl, whisk together 2 3/4 cup of all-purpose flour, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, and 1 1/4 teaspoon of fine sea salt. Whisk that all together and set it aside. Now we're gonna move on to the wet ingredients. You're gonna add 1 cup of granulated sugar, 2/3 cup of light brown sugar, and 1 cup of unsalted melted butter slightly cooled to a large mixing bowl or to the bowl of your stand mixer. We're gonna mix this up on medium-high speed for about 2 minutes. I find it's actually best to set a timer so you don't give up and you actually hit that 2-minute goal. Once that mixture looks completely combined, you're gonna add 2 large eggs one at a time. Beat those eggs in, and then from there, you're gonna add 2 teaspoons of pure vanilla extract and mix again. Every now and again, you're gonna wanna stop and scrape down the sides of your bowl. This is especially important when you're working with your wet ingredients. You really want that butter and those eggs to be well mixed. Once those wet ingredients are all evenly incorporated, you're gonna gradually add in your dry mix with the mixer on low. Mix until it forms a dough, and then you're gonna add in your chocolate chips. You'll need 2/3 cup of miniature chocolate chips and a 1/2 cup of semi-sweet chocolate chips. That combo, because these cookies are so small, is really perfect because you get little bits of chocolate in every single bite, but not an overwhelming amount with like a big chunk of chocolate in a little tiny cookie. Give it another mix until those are evenly mixed in, and it's time to scoop. Before you scoop your dough, go ahead and get 2 baking sheets lined with either parchment paper or a silicone baking mat. To scoop the cookies, I'm gonna use a small cookie scoop, which is a scant tablespoon worth of dough. Drop little rounds of dough on your baking sheet, making sure to space them at least 2 inches apart. You don't want your cookies to bake together. Bake the cookies at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for 10 minutes. You'll know they're ready when the edges just start to tinge with a little bit of golden brown color. Pull those cookies from the oven and transfer them to a cooling rack and allow them to cool completely. You cannot add icing to a warm chocolate chip cookie. It will just melt right off. While the cookies are cooling, we're gonna go ahead and whip up that vanilla buttercream frosting. Here's how you do it. Add 1 cup of room temperature unsalted butter to a large mixing bowl or the bowl of your stand mixer. Now you're gonna add in 3 cups of powdered sugar, start mixing on low, and gradually crank up the speed to medium-high until the icing is looking smooth and creamy. Then you'll add in a 1/2 teaspoon of pure vanilla extract and a 1/4 teaspoon of fine sea salt. Mix it one more time, and once everything's well combined and your cookies are entirely cooled, it's time to get out the piping bag. Snip the end of your piping bag right off, fit it with a large round tip, add the icing, and twist it shut. In order to create the perfect chocolate chip sandwich cookie, you wanna find 2 chocolate chip cookies that are as close to the same size as possible. Turn over the cookies and pipe on about 2 tablespoons of that buttercream frosting. Then give them a gentle little push, and you'll see that icing start to ooze out the sides a bit. The moment has come, we can give them a try. Honestly, I'm never gonna buy a cookie cake ever again. There's less mess, tastes way better than anything you could get from the store, and they're cute and adorable and handheld.